Hey there my friends, this is part 2 to how to play bar chords. In this lesson I'll show you the easy way to name all the bar chords. Now if you haven't watched part 1 I'll put a link in the description, and that's where we learnt the 4 main shapes and how to play them and their root notes. So if you're new to bar chords, best to start there. Okay, let's get into it. When I started to learn bar chords, and I think most of us started this way, I just learnt one at a time. So if a song had a B minor in it, I just learnt that chord. If the next song had an F sharp in it or a D flat, I'd learn that chord. And I never really realised I'm using the same 4 shapes just on different frets. So that's the bad way to learn bar chords. It's way too hard to remember, so let's learn the easy way. Now you must know the 4 main shapes and their root notes, which we did in part 1. So we have the minor, the root note on the top string, the major with the root note on the top string, the minor with the root note on the A string or the second string, and the major with the root note on the second string or the A string. So with this lesson, you'll need a piece of paper and a pen. Now this won't make much sense at first, but when you get to the end, you'll get it. Okay, start by drawing a thick line through the middle of your page. At the top of the paper, you'll write top string, and next to that, frets and notes, one on top of the other. Now next to the frets, write 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, and 10, and that's just the frets on the top string. And under those, we're going to write the notes. So we have F under the first fret, G under the 3, you're going to put A under the 5, B under the 7, C under the 8, and D under the 10 there. So our top string, the notes are F, G, A, B, C, and D. Now they are the names of the notes on those frets on the top string. Now we want to remember these. It's pretty easy. It's just a musical alphabet starting from F. So F, G, A, B, C, D. You can keep going up, but we don't usually play bar chords after the 12th fret, and we can. So the 12th fret would be E, and then it just repeats again. F, G, going up the neck. Now we'll do similar on the bottom of the page. This time write a second string, which will be the A string. The frets we're going to write are 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 and 10, so nearly exactly the same. Instead of the first fret, we're writing the second fret. And the notes here are going to be B, C, D, E, F and G. So they're the notes to the A string and their frets. So B on the second fret, C on the third, D on the fifth, E on the seventh, F on the 8 and G on the 10th there. Again, we want to remember the names and what fret they're on. Now we'll put in the 4 bar chord shapes we learned in the previous lesson. In the top half, on the left hand side, we'll put the minor shape bar chord with the root note on the top string, and we're going to write minor under that. Then put the major shape bar chord with the root note on the top string next to that and write major under that. Now in the bottom half, left hand side, put the other minor shape we did with the root note on the A string and write minor under that one. Then the other major shape bar chord with the root note on the A string with major under that. So that's the hard part done, we just have to learn how to use it. Now don't worry about the sharps and flats, we'll cover those in a minute. So let's learn how to use it. So let's say you want to play an A major bar chord. Now when we mean major, we don't normally say major, we just say the A chord. When we want to do a minor chord, we do say minor. So it'd be A for A major and A minor for A minor. But for this lesson, I'll say major. The first thing you do is find the A note under the frets. So you can see it's on the top string on the 5th fret. Now here is the key. If I pick a note and a fret on the top string of the page, I can only use the top half of the page above the line. If I pick a note and a fret at the bottom half of the page, I can't use the top half, I can only use the bottom half. So we never cross the line in the middle of the page. Once I pick a note and a fret, I stay in that half of the page, whether it's the top half or the bottom half. So we said the A major. First thing we do is find the A on the top string, and we can see that that's on the 5th fret. So we won't be using the bottom half of the page, only the top half. So place your first finger on the 5th fret, and that's our A, and that's where our bar will be. Then we just need to pick a shape. It can't be one of the bottom two because that means I've crossed the line. So we said A major, so it must be the major shape. So that's the A major bar chord. It's not the minor shape, it's the major shape, and we picked the shape above the line because that's where our note and our fret was. So let's do some more. Let's find F minor. First find the F and what fret it's on. Now I know there are two different Fs and you can use either one, but for this exercise we'll use the F on the top string, and we can see that that's on the 1st fret there. So that's where my first finger goes, and that's where the bar goes. We're using an F on the top half because we can't cross the line, and we said minor, so it must be the minor shape. So there's our F minor. We have to use the minor shape on the top half, not the bottom half, because we picked the fret number and the note from the top half. So there's our F minor. Now let's do E major. Find the E and what fret it's on. Now you can see it's on the 7th fret there. So this time we're in the bottom half, so we won't be using the top half. We don't want to cross the line. We put our first finger on the 7th fret, and we said major, so it must be our major shape, and there's our E major chord. Now let's do the C minor on the A string. Find the C, which is on the 3rd fret. Place your first finger there, that's where our bar goes. We're using the bottom half, so we can't cross the line, and we said minor, so it must be our minor shape there, and we don't play the top E string when we're starting on the 2nd string there. Now the biggest mistake most people make when they start doing this is they cross the line. So let's say they find G on the 3rd fret, which is a top string, and then they use the shape on the bottom half, so they think this is G major. That's wrong. That's our G major. We've got to use the shape on the top half because we picked the fret and the note on the top half there. Got to be careful again. If I was doing C minor, if I've picked the 3rd fret on the bottom half, I've got to use that shape, not the minor shape from the top half. So C minor on the 3rd fret, I've used the 3rd fret and the C on the bottom half. So I'm using the minor shape of the bottom half. Now let's learn what we do if we have a choice of two of the same note. So you can see we have 2 Fs, 2 Gs, 2 Bs, 2 Cs and 2 Ds. So let's do the B minor. You can see I can play it on the top string on the 7th fret, or I can play it on the 2nd fret using the A string as the root note using the minor shapes. Now both are correct, you can use either one. So if someone says play a B minor, you can use the 2nd fret with the root note on the A string, or you can use the 7th fret with the root note on the E string. They're both correct. Now if we have a chord progression or playing a song, we just use the closest one to the chord before the chords after. So if my chord progression goes E to B minor, I just use the 2nd fret. I'm using my E open chord. I just jump down to my 2nd fret, B minor there. Now I could use the 7th fret and that still would be right, but when we're playing guitar we want as little movement as possible. So E, I'd go to the B minor on the 2nd fret. Now let's say I'm playing an E bar chord. Instead of jumping all the way back to the C here, I could just go straight to the C on the 8th fret there using the root note on the E string. So we just use whichever chord is closest to the chords around it. And remember, you can use either. Now in the context of a song you want to work out, you must listen to see if you can hear the higher notes being played. So if I'm playing this B minor up here in the song, you can hear that higher note there compared to the other B minor, where the highest note we play is lower there. So you can hear the higher notes. If you can't, we're just using the bar chords that are closest to the chords around it. Now if you can't tell, you may be still new to working out songs, you can use either and the song will pretty much sound the same. Now what about our sharps and flats? So hopefully you know a sharp is just 1 fret up the neck this way and a flat is 1 fret down the neck this way. So this is easy, you just find the chord without the sharp or the flat, then move it up or down a fret. So let's do C sharp minor. Just remove the sharp and work out the C minor. So we'll do the C on the 3rd fret using our root note. On the A string we do the minor shape and there's our C minor. So to make it sharp we just move 1 fret up the neck and then we have our C sharp minor there. So that's our C minor. Because it's sharp we just move 1 fret up the neck and that's our C sharp minor. We have C minor, move up, C sharp minor. Now let's do A flat. So I find the A, which is our top string, 5th fret, just get rid of the flat, so we're just finding A major. Put your first finger there on the 5th fret. We're using the top half of the page, so it's a major chord. So there's our A major. Then just move it back 1 fret, flatten, we go back a fret, and we have our A flat major. Let's do one more, let's do F sharp minor. Again, just find the F. We'll use 1st fret on the top string, so top half of our page, find the minor shape, and then we're doing sharp, so we just move it forward 1 fret. Everything stays the same, our shape stays the same, just move it forward 1 fret. Now I know it's a bit of work at first writing out the sheet, but once you've done that it's fairly easy. And that's it. So if you're learning a song, keep the sheet with you and you'll be able to find most of the bar chords there. We'll look at 7s and that in a later lesson. So thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please like and subscribe and let me know how you go. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.